Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. Well, today is the day for doing a talk for a dance studio, and I think I maybe see a few dancers. I don't see a ton of dancers, but I as I was kind of researching it, doing just talking about like anterior impingement, posterior impingement, and things like that. Things that we see in our office. And mostly it's associated. So they had a few questions about when they can go on point and things like that. I thought about doing it via Zoom, but now we're kind of coming a little bit out of this whole COVID thing. So I want to kind of talk you through this process I've talked a little bit about in the past, but the day is here. So I got asked, or I don't know if I got asked, I probably asked them, whenever I have someone in the office that maybe owns a dance studio or something where I can do a talk, I asked them if they'd be interested in that because I enjoy doing them. And so this was a dance studio, and they're going to require it from all our students to be present. I think that's one thing that's important if you're going to do a talk, have it kind of required. And they're all going to show up tonight at about 6 o'clock, and I'll give you the kind of the afterplay. But the thought is I sent them out a Google form to ask some questions, and not many people really filled it out. I wish the more would have, but a few people filled that out, so that was a good try. And then the way I did the research, I want to kind of explain this to kind of save time. I know I was talking to one of the other guys in the practice. When we're residents, all we do is we kind of do everything on our own. And now, when you're maybe an attending or working, you can use other people, and that's the key, I think, is using others. And there are people that you can use that will help you. So one thing I use, we have a library, and so I just at our hospital, and I don't know if you ever used your librarian to do stuff, but it helps and make things a lot easier. So I just send them an email. I have their email, and I say, hey, I'm doing this talk on dance injuries. Show me what articles you have. And the nice thing is, if they don't have them within our hospital system, they can get them for me, and they do all the work, which is the nice thing. So they got these different articles on doing a dance and point and things like that, and those are the things I wanted to go through. So I reviewed them a little bit, but then what I did is I paid someone at Fancy Hands, which is we're virtual assistants, and I think I gave them 40 minutes, which is maybe like $15, so two tasks. And what they did is they reviewed the articles for me, and they made kind of quick summarization, so I could review them quicker. And then from there, I was able to include some of the main points within the presentation. And for these presentations, I don't always make a new one. Basically, I just recycle the other information because about 20% of it's new, talking a little bit about shoes and point and some x-rays and things like that. But for the most part, it's the same. So that was the preparation. For the presentation, they said they didn't have a projector, so we have a projector, and I'm bringing that. I think it's easier to do it with slides to show them versus just talking. I think the slides help. With the slides, I did something kind of interesting. On the last slide, I put a QR code. Because all these young kids and their parents, they like to download stuff and use their phones. So there was two things. I found a really good website that talked about point, and I included that within the presentation so they can click on it, and there's a QR code for that website, because that's what the main question is from them, is like when their kids can go on point. And then I also included the slides, so if they want to review things, it's there as well. So I will put a little link underneath this podcast so you guys can see those slides if you want. And what's the kind of the goal? The goal is to do this presentation, and then if it goes well, what I'm going to ask them for is I'm going to say, hey, could you just tell me how it went? Or even they tell me and I kind of write it out. And then I'm going to write a letter to the other dance studios and see if they want the same presentation. And so I'm a big believer is whenever you do something once, you want to do it multiple times and use it in multiple methods. So just kind of my entrepreneurial mind thinks, well, I could do it at other dance studios. That would be fun. I could, you can put it on YouTube. You can record the thing and put it on the YouTube. I can send it out to my email list. I can put it in the newsletter that I'm sending out to the doctors. And there's a lot of different ways of doing these things and reutilizing the content. You could take the transcript and make it into kind of like an ebook that you could use as a lead magnet, adding one more book to the types of books that are offered. So there's a lot of different ways that you can reuse content. I think that a lot of times those that are trying to make content for your blog or for your website, we tend to try to produce way too much when you can reutilize the content. and even like short little portions of the video or different things like that. So anyway, that's the thought. I'll let you guys know how it goes afterwards and the kind of the pros and cons and kind of what worked and what didn't work. Okay, great. Have a great day, guys. Hey guys, Don here. Welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. So I just finished the talk tonight for the dance studio. I think there was about 20, mostly it was all girls. And so I am putting underneath here the slides if you want to see a little link to the slides that I used. I used kind of a QR code where they could get, I referenced a few articles for them in terms of dancing on point. And it was good. It was good. It was a younger group. They had a lot of questions. I did a PowerPoint with some pictures, and I just reused a lot of the content. But I did try to focus specifically on their questions and what concerns that they had. But it was fun. And the whole thought is they're going to give me a kind of a written testimonial, and then I'm going to send that out to other dance studios to see if they want the same course. And they're also going to go on my email newsletter once a month. So that's once a month I'll be sending it to their dance studio. So just kind of know how I'm going to market it afterwards. That monthly newsletter our office does, we're going to be sending it to them. And then I'm going to see about doing it for other studios. So just kind of a way to keep in front of them and have them refer patients at the right time. A lot better, I think, sending it to a studio than it is to an individual person. So that's why I'm sending it to like a person that's an influencer for other groups so I can stay front of mind for them. Anyway, that's kind of the thought about doing this. So if you guys want to download that PowerPoint, I'll put it right underneath here. That might find it interesting. Okay, guys, have a great day.